today's gonna be again something a little tiny bit different. Today we're gonna draw something, or I'm gonna draw something. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna draw, but we're also gonna talk about something quote unquote relevant. We're also gonna talk about something related to what the whole channel is all about, which is self-improvement. But yeah, there's gonna be more of the intro as always. And because I do just want to do something else, and I do just not want to do the exact same thing over and fucking over again. I do believe that it is not like the best thing. Please check out the description, or that description actually, because there's a lot of free things that you can get. First of all, there is the link to the podcast, because this is actually a podcast and a YouTube quote unquote show. On the other hand, you're also going to get 3 things, as I said. For example, the free PDFs of the things that I've highlighted in this episode or in other episodes. If I've highlighted something, then it is going to be in a tiny PDF. You can download it and print it and share it and do whatever with it. And there is everything in this that I've gone through in this episode, which is pretty amazing, because some people like to listen, therefore we're having a podcast. Some people like to watch, therefore we're having the YouTube videos. And some other people like to read things. And this is why there's also the free PDF. And there's as well some music, so if you do want to have some background music in this video, then please also check out the 3rd link, or it's actually I think the 4th link, but 3rd section, something like that. And there's also just different tracks to choose from, and they're all I think an hour long, so you should be fine. Everything should be fine, should be good to go. And yeah, enjoy the episode, and I'm gonna see you. Quiet, first of all for me, and second of all for you as well, because I mean, if I'm always doing the exact same thing, then it is gonna be boring for me. And I mean, like, if I'm not getting the results that I want to have by doing the exact same thing over and over and over again, then no wonder maybe, this is another point. Like, if I'm doing the exact same thing every single day all the time, then why should I expect something different to happen, or I mean, like, expecting something to happen is always something that's not quite good. But yeah, don't do that. Please don't expect anything to happen, because if it is not happening, then you're probably going to be like not in a really good mood. But if it does happen, of course, you're going to be maybe you're even not going to be that happy because you've already expected it to happen. I think it is actually just only a negative thing, quite. Quite, not really, but quite. But let's move ahead. I'm going to draw something, and today's topic is going to be thinking about other people, because there's a lot of different nuances where thinking about other people can really help you, and especially related to what is going on at this point in time in the world. I think it is something that's, can I zoom there? Oh, I actually can't. I kind of can zoom, but also kind of not. I mean, I could also use Photoshop, like I could, but can't I just zoom in 100%, because now it is a little tiny bit small. Oh, yeah, I actually can. But I gotta sneeze. Or not. Well, thinking about other people. As maybe you do know, you probably know. But at this point in time, and by the way, the drawing is not gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be something, and it's probably was gonna be way too big, as I just seeing it here next to me laying around. And by the way, drawing is only about just being able to look. It's not really about anything else. The technique is like something that you can easily learn, but it's just most often only about. And by the way, I'm doing it with the fucking trackpad, just to illustrate the fucking pain that I'm having at this point in time. But anyway, and the proportions are pretty off, and it's gonna look a little bit kind of strange in general. Quite anyway, the thing is, the drawing is really about looking. You do not really have to be able to just actually draw something. You just have to be able to look good. And if you look good, you're gonna notice the shadows, and you're gonna notice everything you are in need of, quite. This is the only thing. Oh no, it's not. Do it like this. But can I make another layer here? Layers. Another one. But this one's gonna be beneath this one. Yeah, I can actually. And now I can actually also color it a tiny bit. What a cool thing, I'd say. but I kind of have a feeling that the other one is white. Yes, it is white. S alpha. Okay, no. I don't want to draw it once again, but it's not gonna be darker. Destination top. Well, no, anyway, I'm just gonna do it somehow. The thing is, as I said once again, drawing is only about being able to look. This is the point, It's the point that I was willing to make. And I'm also drawing it with the touch pads, I can actually, wow, how innovative, or however it is pronounced, I actually don't know. The thing is, thinking about other people, I am at this point in time, I have to stay at home, as maybe a lot of other people, which is kind of a fucked up thing, but I do want to say something that a colleague of mine also illustrated as well, which is, we are so fortunate, and this is just a time to see how fortunate we actually are and how fortunate we have been, because we're not able to do whatever we were able to do. And can I also zoom like this? And yeah, it can really help us to just gain perspective once again, which I think is very important, because not everything is like really, we shouldn't take everything for granted. And it is something that a lot of people are doing. And I would even say that I'm sometimes doing this as well. But by having or being in such a situation, we just notice that we shouldn't, that we shouldn't just take everything for granted, and that not everything is always going to be the case and whatnot. So yeah, it's not that. But of course, I really, really, really am sorry if it is somehow affecting you in a very, very negative way. And I do hope that everything is going to be fine. And I know that everything is also going to be fine. I am, like, in this way, I really am just pretty optimistic. And I'm actually always trying to be optimistic, because, I don't know, being pessimistic, I think, is kind of like, what's the ROI of that? I don't really believe that there is any ROI on being negative. Quite, don't really think so. But in this sense, or in this way, thinking about other people for me means doing what the government is saying that you should be doing, not because you want to protect yourself, but of course, please protect yourself, but primarily because you should also take care of the other people that are already ill, of the other people that are already just having problems, and they're really weak in terms of, and also really, if they're just getting some problems because you motherfucker are doing something that is fucked up, by going outside, even because of certain things, by just having some parties and whatnot, then just please take care of the other people and not only think about yourself. And I think it is actually kind of the case that we are, as human beings, we are often thinking about ourselves. I do just think about a way I could use my mouse, but I think I'm not able to do so. I mean, I could also just record a video with my phone. I could, but maybe it's too easy. Kind of. Anyway, let's move on. But with another layer. Here we have it. So in this sense, thinking about other people is definitely a good thing. But I would say in general, thinking about other people is always something good. Because it is not really only about you. First of all. And second of all, there's actually a lot of advantages to that. And I've also seen them, and I've also recognized that. And do think, but I'm actually not quite sure about that. For example, thinking about the other people or about the other person when you're applying for a job. I've been having a few internships up to this point, and I do really have a feeling that I've only been able to get them just because of my willingness to think about my employer rather than about myself. Because, what I thought about is, okay, I'm going to write an email, and this email is going to consist of, hey, I do want to work for you because I do want to help you. Even though it is an internship, I'm just trying to help you. And this is basically a way of not talking about myself once again, but talking about the company and talking about the other person, which is something I think that makes sense. I would also like to employ somebody that is not always thinking about him or herself, but thinking about my business. And if this person is thinking about just elevating my business by working in a business, then yeah, why shouldn't I employ this person? I think most often we're just thinking about what is good for us and what we want to have, and not really about what the employer wants to have. Because of course, like, the employer also wants to have something. Like, there gotta be something. I, by the way, don't even know if you can even if you just see it on my desk. If I'm just giving you a picture of my desk, I don't even know if you would be able to see what I'm drawing. Oh my god. But it's actually not that bad. Like, it is fine. I've clearly done some way better things, but it is fine. It is fine. So think about the other person when you're applying for a job. But also I think in general, also as a leader, and also as a marketer as well. Like, if you're able to think about what the other person might like to have, the customer, the person that you're trying to serve, then it is always going to be good. It's always going to be an amazing thing, because it's not about you. It's about the person that you're trying to serve, and not about you. So it is always a good thing to being able to emphasize with this person, to have the empathy, to being able to know and understand what this person might want to have. It's always good. By stepping into their shoes and by just evaluating what might be necessary or important, what might be relevant, what might be whatever. Can I? I can. Let's do it like this. Yes. So this is actually what I wanted to do before, like, just having my layer of where I'm painting below my outline layer, so that I'm not gonna draw on the outlines, but rather just behind the outline, so that it is a nice outline, so that the outline is also what the outline should be, which is an outline. But coming back to it, yeah, empathy. Empathy is also something really important, and it is actually one of these soft skills. But most often, I kind of feel like that these soft skills are truly like people think that it is not something that you have to have, but it's something that's good to have. But I would rather say that you have to have empathy, and also the other soft skills, quote unquote soft skills. It's already, I think, in the name that by saying, okay, you gotta have to have the soft skills, that it is like, okay, it is only just something that's optional, quite. It's actually another way to do what is that? Sketchy, blend. Well, I don't know. Yeah, and also I think just being a nice person, something that I talk about so fucking often, like, it is insane. But I think it is really important. I think it is really important to just being able to be a nice person. And also because I really, even though, like, there's got to be also some exceptions and whatnot, but most often I believe that nobody wants to work with somebody or do some business with somebody that is not nice and that is only an asshole. One, I think, exception that I can think of is when you're as well a piece of shit, then of course I think you're not gonna just really care about that then. But yeah. What's the color there? It's more or less something like that, but it's more deeper. Yes. Yeah. I think this is quite accurate. Am I on the right layer? Yeah, I am. So this is another reason why being able to think about the other person, and why thinking about the other person and or the other people is something that's pretty relevant and valuable and important. But actually, coming back to the whole soft skill thing, like, this is something that we've also gone through in school with my English teacher, which is something that's actually pretty interesting, because I do see that she also finds that pretty important to have soft skills, because, I do not think that it is something that every teacher is going to do with you, and not every teacher is going to talk about, like, soft skills and being nice and empathy and all these things. But I think she noticed that it is truly something important and something relevant, something that we also gotta have to talk about, But I think, it is also something that you should be talking about with kindergarten kids. To just tell them to fucking be nice, because the earlier start to be nice and the earlier start to think about other people, I think the better it is. As with quite everything, that is a skill. Like also, hard skills are a skill, soft skills are a skill. And if you just begin working on your soft skills really early, then it's got to be better, I guess. At least, I don't know. So actually, yeah. Wait a second. It's gonna come very soon. Very soon. It's gonna be there. It's only loading. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. It is gonna be there. It is gonna be there really quickly. I hope. Not sure. I think. But I really am unsure. It's loading. Well, yeah, it is loading. Can I draw while it is loading? I think I can. I think it is fine if I do that. What is this one? Oh, okay. Which means that if I'm doing it like this, then I'm gonna be fine. Because I then can color this one. The zoom is a little bit fucked up, by the way. I don't like the zoom that much. So, we're gonna take a really light gray and we're gonna color this. But it is still above the thing. But it is fine with me. So, the question of the day. The question of the day is, what soft skill should you be working on more? What do you think is a soft skill that you think you're not already good at? Let's, for example, say empathy, being nice. It's actually something else. Soft skills. I think being on time and some shit like this is also like the list of top soft skills everyone should value or something. Listening. Fucking listening is so important. Negotiation, non-verbal communication, persuasion, presentation, public speaking, reading body language, storytelling, verbal communication, visual communication, writing reports and proposals, and the last one is writing skills in general. I don't know if writing skills is actually like okay, this is communication. Critical thinking. Research, resourcefulness, desire to learn, design, aptitude. I think also work ethic. Like all those things. Like maybe let's put it like this. What is a characteristic of yours that you're really not happy about? You just keep it for yourself. Just think about it. And think about some ways you can work on them. And I do really think that Googling it, how can I improve this? How can I improve that? Like it's going to be a good idea. It's always a good idea to Google things because you're not the only person that's having this problem. Certainly. You're really not only the one person that is having this problem. Like a lot of other person or people are having the exact same fucking problem. There's something that I've kind of messed up. So I'm going to fix this. Ask yourself. This is the question of today. This was the question. I also thought about having like the quote of today. Could also be a cool thing. Could also be an interesting thing. Let's do it. Does this make sense? Yeah, it kind of does make sense. So I'm gonna have to, but it's a little bit of a thick line. It's thick. Just have can I just also make a line that is just for sure straight? What if I do it like this? Well, yeah, anyway. I think it's not even that bad. I can show you just afterwards at the end of the episode, I think. Then you can, it is pretty shitty, of course. But it's not that bad. Like I've I've probably done worse things with worse gear, but I of course also did really better things with better gear. But I do just think if I'm able to do something else here and add some effects here. Let's see if I can do this. But yeah, the whole point of the video is please don't think about yourself all the time. And it is actually something that, I can also understand it. I can also understand why we as people are doing that. Maybe this is also something that evolution just put into us. Like, please think about yourself. If you're not thinking about yourself, then chances are, of course, does this make sense to do it like this? I don't know, but somehow it does. Somehow it does. Somehow it does. Even though I'm not exactly happy with that. But I'm gonna have it like this, just... Yeah. Yeah, I think it is at least better, kind of. Yeah, this is the point. I'm gonna draw this, gonna talk about something, and I hope you're having a good day, and I also hope that you're healthy. Really important to me. Really, really important to me. But I mean, it is insane. But you also have to think about the fact that your grandparents, maybe even, they had to go to fucking war. Maybe even your parents, it depends on where you're living, of course. But I think this is insane. Like, I mean, yeah, of course it is bad that I can't go outside and shit, and it might not be the best thing. But, I mean, it is what it is. It really is what it is. Yeah. It literally is what it is. What if I just use this one? No, this is a little bit shitty. What's the blending thing? Blending. Oh. I think it could actually do something pretty great in this one. But clearly, like, well, even yeah, okay, the proportions, they are pretty shit. I would have to just, yeah, make the top a little bit smaller and shit. But yeah, I think just putting things in perspective is always something good. I know. Always. Always, always, always. Because sometimes we are just not seeing what we should be seeing because of all the things that we are seeing, I guess. If this makes sense. Because like I do not, and this is also, by the way, something that I do not hate it, but I mean, I can also understand it, but I just don't like it that much. People saying like, well, oh, this wasn't like the best idea, I guess. But I could do it like this, and then it is. It's fine. Opacity. Well, I could do it like this. I could do it like this. I really could do it like this. Let's put down the opacity even further. And then we're gonna do it like that. And now we're having a relatively nice gradient, actually. But what if I just push this up once again? Actually not that bad. And I think I've actually finished. And also quite on time. So what I've done here is, and I hope that I'm going to be able to... yeah, no, not exactly this one. But it's been... let me see. They look actually pretty cool. They look cooler than mine. This one. And can we see that? No, we can't see both of them. But if you just have a look at this one, and then you're having a look at this one. No, please go away. Thank you. This one, I mean, like, there are similarities. You know, I mean, of course, I've done something better than that one, but I think it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Like, of course, the proportions are off. But I think it's actually a pretty cool thing to do. So yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time and you taking your time. And yeah, I wish you the best health, wealth, happiness, and also success. And also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered, which basically means your legacy and basically means just being a nice person and then being remembered as a nice person. And yeah, three other questions that I'm having for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These three questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea. And with that being said, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really, really, really so much do. And I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. So, bye-bye.